Just when you thought that Wizards of the Coast had crammed every single thing into 2024 that they could possibly fit, here they come with a surprise announcement of a brand new set. Foundations, a brand new MTG. Oh, it's not Foundations. There's another surprise set. Introducing Mystery Booster 2, a chaos draft in a box, coming soon to stores near you. You're going to be able... Oh, this one's not going to be at stores. You're only going to be able to buy this at conventions or through Secret Lair. Introducing waiting in line to try and get Festival in a box or paying a lot to go to a convention, the set. Enormous shout out to all of our little critters over on our Patreon. You are the bloom in our burrow, and we couldn't do it without you. Y'all are the cutest creatures around. You all get one boop on your snoot each. J-Controller Magic is brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your cards on the internet quickly and easily. TCG Player, the best place to buy them. Drip Shop, where you can find us live streaming with tons of giveaways, auctions, games to play, lots of stuff in our store for sale that's exclusive over there. Go follow us on Drip Shop and get some free credit on the website when you sign up. I don't think I've ever met anyone any percent speed running their life dreams like Gavin. Gavin has made a hobby into a fantastic job, and he's made that job into his, like, I don't know. What does Gavin do now? Gavin feels like this actual Magic Planeswalker that just pops up wherever he wants to go at conventions with brand new MTG sets to show off, like some kind of Wizards of the Coast Santa Claus. Seriously, he's like the Willy Wonka of Magic the Gathering. And honestly, now that I think about it, Hasbro should do everything in their power to keep him at this company, because he is doing his best job to offset all of the negative community feedback that Hasbro gains. He's trying his best to bring us back in. This one's interesting though, because at Gen Con last weekend, Mystery Booster 2 was announced, and it's polarizing. It looks awesome, but the distribution model of it, at least out of the gate, is sort of making everybody a little angry. It's not super available. It's announced right out of the gate that it's only going to be available at conventions and through a Festival in a Box Secret Lair offering. Right now, if you say Secret Lair to an MTG player, you're going to get a lot of negative feedback, most likely. There have been a lot of layers in the past few releases that have sold out and people haven't gotten, and they wanted to get them. And that is because of the shift to the new model of where they're going to only print a certain amount of them and they're going to sell a certain amount of them. They're not going to print to the order. So them saying, oh guys, this will be available as a Festival in a Box through the Secret Lair website, people don't really have a ton of faith in that. But the set in a vacuum looks pretty great. It's fantastic what this can accomplish as a product for Magic the Gathering. It's a place where we can get white border reprints just for memes. There's no real place other than a Secret Lair small set now where we could get white border reprints of cards that are playable and have those if we wanted them. The white border aesthetic is not for everybody, but I do think that there are players that are going to want these, and it's cool to have a product where that can be offered en masse instead of just like, here's 4 or 5 haha white border Secret Lair reprints. It's also a place where they can do the Future Sight border. It's kind of funny. I went back when I was researching this set, this release, I went back to MB1, Mystery Booster 1 in 2019, and Gavin actually tweeted in response to somebody asking for clarification about what Mystery Booster even was, because at that time it was a brand new product, and Gavin called it Chaos Draft meets Future Sight. And so with Mystery Booster 2, we've seen a lot of Future Sight border cards as well. That's another of the aesthetic draws to the set and the cool things that they're doing with it. It's another one for me where I'm like, I don't know of another place where they could do that. Maybe like a remastered set. They could have a Future Sight border special slot in there potentially, but having white borders and Future Sight borders in this set seems like a really good use of it. Having it as a con experience specifically is another huge thing. I want to correct the record for a lot of people because there was a short we released last night about this, and I got a lot of the same comment, which was, oh, I know that Mystery Booster was just going to be a con exclusive and Festival in a Box, but then they saw how well it did and they made a retail version. That's not true. From the beginning, Mystery Booster 1 was planned as a convention and a retail edition from jump. from the earliest possible marketing that I could find and the earliest speaking that I could find, release articles where Rosewater is saying the plan from the beginning was for this to have a retail version. That's why the first marketing stuff you see with MB1, it says Convention Edition on the box, because there was a retail edition already planned. For Mystery Booster 2, that is definitely not planned right now, from the best I can find. Unless they're completely lying to us, right now there are no plans at all for Mystery Booster 2 to be retail. Not even like a fake bait and switch, oh, you know, make enough noise, let us know, but they already have it in the wings. I don't think they have it in the wings. Multiple employees on different sites have said the plan for this was to have a convention exclusive product, an experience that can only be had at the convention. Think of an MTG set that if you go to a convention, that's the only place that you can play it truly. That sounds cool to me. And if I was on a convention team for Wizards of the Coast, developing convention experiences for people, I'd be like, why don't we have our own set? How do we make that happen? Can we use Mystery Booster? Can we do Mystery Booster 2 that's a convention exclusive? And so I understand what they were trying to accomplish with this model. I honestly think that it wouldn't be that big of a deal if Secret Lair didn't have so much negative community sentiment right now with the way that it's being handled over there and the availability or lack thereof of products that people want. People saw White Borders, people saw Future Sight Border, people saw Chaos Draft, playtest cards again. Really cool stuff in Mystery Booster 2 coming off of Twitter this weekend, coming out of Gen Con. But when you get to the point where I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy this, you lose interest completely. And everybody just starts throwing the same insults that they throw at Wizards, deserved or not. I think in some cases they are, in some cases they aren't. People are, you know, oh, I can't believe they're a cash grab. They want money, but they don't want my money for this one. What's going on? I honestly think, like Rosewater has said and like Gavin has said, this was just planned as a convention exclusive to have a special thing for the people that go to those. And because we want to cater to everybody that we potentially possibly can, us at Wizards of the Coast, speaking for them, we're going to have this as a festival in a box release as well. And that'll give people who are completely unable to get to a convention the opportunity to obtain it. Now, the timing is really bad for our European friends because Amsterdam just happened. And typically, I would say Wizards has a track record of not supporting communities of Magic the Gathering players outside of the United States very well, traditionally. Supporting them enough or even closely to the same degree, especially with high-level play or with convention events. And so having a MagicCon in Amsterdam was a big deal for our brethren across the pond, but now having this announced for the very next convention, I get it, you want it to debut at Vegas, that's the show every year. I understand. Again, I understand all the choices, but what I think is they had to know that this was going to be the feedback that they received. And they're just like, look, it is what it is. We've made it what we've made it. And this is the route that you have to take to get it. Not every product is for you. They should start making shirts. They should print shirts for everybody that we can buy that just says this product wasn't for me, but this t-shirt was. Oh my God, did I just actually invent something here? I just improvised that while I was shooting. So we need to contact Wizards and get to their shirt department and make some money. Last question to sort of ask ourselves as we're reacting to this out of the gate. What do I do if I want some of these singles? I'm not going to a convention. I don't want to buy a Secret Lair, blah, blah, blah. When do I buy singles that are on the internet or try to go trade for them with my friends or whoever who has acquired these? I would wait. Gavin said pretty directly, he said that this is going to be at all cons of all types long term. I don't know what that means, but you've got Command Fest outside of MagicCon. You got Command Fest, you got Dream Hacks, you've got stuff like Gen Con, you've got stuff all over the place. You've got tournaments, you know, entire meetups that are happening, conventions, I guess if you want to call them that are happening around one big CEDH tournament, stuff like that. And so having any level of convention able to get this and him saying long term, that gives me hope that these cards are going to be pretty widely available if you want them. And honestly, I wonder if it's going to have low interest because people are just like, nah, I'm not interested. It's going to be kind of like 30th anniversary where they're just like, I don't care. I don't want them. You can't convince me to want them. I'm just going to boycott this product because I don't like how it was distributed. And that's how I feel. I just think the main thing that people need to remember about this set and need to sort of, I don't know, learn to embrace or be okay with, so that we can have stuff like this, specific cool experiences for people who are doing things and people who want to go and do specific things. Rosewater said on the blog, this set wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the convention team, if it wasn't for this specific distribution model. So I'm not saying that enough noise from us and enough interest from us won't convince them to do retail version of Mystery Booster 2. We know Hasbro is all about that dollar, but right now, the way that this even happens, the way that this can happen, is we get them through this very limited model. But, you know, it's got its pros and cons. The other piece about the long-term collectability of this set, singles or sealed, is we don't know the details. Long-term, that could mean a year, 2 years. I mean, long-term, 2 years in Wizards is really, really long time, but goes fast because there's so much happening. And so long-term could just be the next couple of years. Plans change over there with the wind whenever they need to. And so this could just go away if it's not working for them for any particular reason. And so it's kind of interesting. It might present an interesting opportunity to collectors to seek out some of these singles and some of this sealed product if it becomes a very scarce thing that is sort of regionally locked and the secret layer sale doesn't go well. Lots of question marks about this one, but it's a very interesting product and it's worth earmarking because the scarcity and the distribution model, and there's just a lot to watch over the next couple of months and maybe even year as this set goes wider into different conventions, to see where these cards fall, see where this sealed product falls, and jump in on it or not whenever you're ready. Let us know what you think about Mystery Booster 2 down in the comments below. We'll be covering this set further on the channel for sure. Talk to you soon.